The FBI and Las Vegas police raided what they're calling a suspected homemade biological laboratory. And now we're learning this could be connected to a similar incident in California. Let's go live to CBS News correspondent Shanelle Kaul. She's in the newsroom for us today. And Shanelle, what can you tell us about these raids and how investigators are connecting them?
Well, Muga, good to see you and good morning to you. So we have this video that was released to us by Las Vegas Metro Police this weekend, and it essentially shows how and when this all unfolded. This happened early Saturday morning at about 6 a.m. And what you're looking at here is police on the scene. There were multiple different agencies that showed up as part of this operation. There was the FBI, there was hazmat crews, there was a SWAT team there, and they converged on this home. They say they've arrested one person, and they also say inside Mugo, they found a possible biological lab. Here's more from the sheriff.
Our teams went inside and found evidence of possible biological material, including refrigerators with vials containing unknown liquids. There's a lot of questions that we have that need to be answered, a lot of work that is ahead of us that needs to be done. We have one suspect who I was informed that we were taking him into custody as we were walking in here. We're not prepared to release any information on that.
And Muga, authorities also say that they searched a second Las Vegas home about a block away from that first home that we just showed you this past weekend as well. They said at that second home, they did not find any indication there was another biological lab. And at this point, they also say, Muga, there is no imminent threat to the public. But this is fascinating because authorities are now looking into whether or not there's a connection to a similar case that we saw unfold in California a couple years ago. There, they say police had entered this home. They had also found a possible biological lab. The interesting point here, Mugo, is that Vegas home that police just raided this past weekend has an LLC, according to county records. It actually matches the California home, which they raided 2 years ago. Officials say they did find a biological lab inside that home. And they also say, Mugo, they found, quote, pathogen labeled containers. So things like dengue fever, HIV, and malaria. They also found over 1,000 mice there that they believe were being tested. So a Chinese citizen, we understand, was apprehended and charged in that federal case that took place in California a couple years ago. And now authorities in Vegas are trying to see whether there's any connection between that case and this home that they just raided this past weekend in Vegas.
Goodness, Shanelle, that story just keeps getting more interesting and interesting as you kept going on. I wonder what we're going to learn as the time goes along and investigation continues. Shanelle Kaul, thank you so much for your reporting.